Good night, good night, good night, good night, everybody. I wanna do it. Yes, yes, yes. I am live. I am live. I am live. Yeah. My viewers, my friend, and my subscribers, welcome back to the channel, Life with Jennifer JM. I am your girl, Auntie Jen. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, in a moment, my guest will be joining me. My guest, Mr. Rohan Perry. Yes, yes. So, my viewers, my friend, and my subscriber, thank God again that He has given us this another privilege to be here. And we have some interesting thing to talk about tonight. And this politics Saturday night, we're going to debate the analysis and the budget between Marky G and the Prime Minister. Hi, Delia Maris. Good night to you. How you doing? Yes. We're going to talk also about PNP Tech Round 1, winning the injunction in the court to put on hold the Portmore Parish. So we're going to discuss if we're going to read round 2, round 3, and all of that. I Zena Beckford, good night. Timon, good night. And what will Dr. 28 do? What will he do? Let's see what he will do. Hi, Amanda. Good night. On the doing. Yes, welcome, welcome. Yeah, man. I don't know what. I don't see because I put out the thumbnail from early, and I don't know if because I go use the same phone and do something. I need a phone. I'm going to get a phone specially for only my YouTube channel because I can't bother with the WhatsApp all of this on it. And then when people call you, you get mixed up. Yeah. Better now. Yeah. I see myself now. The one see me here, I saw me I look up. All I know is some head. No, all I know is some head I go out. After 28 and the last lap. Hold on there. I don't know talk about that. May I scroll. I like when you're happy, Miss Jen. Thank you. Look here, me scroll on TikTok, and me hear them attack say, oh, 50, labor right, them a say, good night, Elaine. Cynthia say me good night. Me hear them attack say, oh, JLP going, what the PMP? And one of them say, him go for him analysis. And a 53 seat, the Jamaica Labour Party are going to win. And this time the PNP are going to only win 10 seats. The PNP are going to lose. The PNP are going to lose 4 of them seats. So one of them said, which 4? Them say we're gonna lose the seat where Damian Crawford are in because that seat there by Hugo Graham. I think about 12 or 13 votes. But I remember all the old story they go, but I never did much. Mr. Pat, if you did see me the one side, I laugh after hey. I first me did tempted for go comment in one labor right come. I say true me not really brought myself for comment in a them certain. Me just did a list of them. Then me hear, then me say Nesta Morgan command pan it. Hear this a mix up and me hear Nesta way. I me did a try for me say the internet just dissed me to the man. Because when me I try for it, they something just chip out. So me couldn't get the chance for me couldn't get the chance for me couldn't hear. I think me have part of it on the phone and me stream live pan. Say oh Romain Morris. Him did cause a whole heap of mix up, but him Nesta Morgan regained back control of the Mucka division. And right now, Romain Virga down there underestimate the PNP candidate. So I must say the same thing where Romain do him Nesta Morgan are the same thing in gone over the PNP gone do. So me so me I got message me must see Romain on TikTok one of them day. Me I gonna ask him a question if we Nesta Morgan and say a true. So they say we're gonna lose. They say we're gonna lose. Damian Crawford now go win. Patricia Hutchins, good night. So we're gonna lose Bobby Pickersgill all seat. And we're gonna lose Lisa and a seat. I said end up on the I say we're gonna lose Pickersgill seat, we're gonna lose Lisa and a seat, and we're gonna lose how would I say again? But we'll lose 4 of them, me don't remember all of them. Good night, Sheldon. Cynthia. Mr. Me hear the labor right them I say, oh, we are gonna lose. We are gonna lose and we get 10 seats, them are gonna win 53 seats. And we say, God, then God, what kind of curse you put on Jamaica? God, what kind of curse the power that you not forgive we have with sins. That you're gonna put back this man have to come rule me again. Why, God? Why? Why would it go so? Then say them are gonna have 53 seats and PNP are gonna only win 10 seats. Which all them coming out of anti-finance, I finance, those propaganda channel. Oh, what are they name was sitting there? What channel name again? Good night, good night, Prudence, Alan. Good night, Letia. All right. On the top up the foot. No, man. 84 people on the live and 5 thumbs up. We start after a poor start tonight. We want a good support tonight, please. We need a good support tonight. Today again, the internet start to get hack up itself, so I have to end up put on data upon it again. So, I say them a kind of situation and I go over. Drew Fall, good night. All right. Delia, let me say if my guest ready, you know. Let me log in for him. Clive, what you do? We say good night, antigen and all a toilet seat them again. Hey, me gonna say something to you upon the live, you do. Me I say something to you. You see everybody upon the ground as a PMP still. We have to be watchful, you know. Hey, them a do some dirty something upon the ground, you know. Them a do something, hey, upper southeast St. Mary. Them a give away cement. Them a give away black tank. Them a give zinc. Them a give plywood. Them a give chicken feed, anything. Them a give away fertilizer. Good night, Erica. Them a mess with the internet. Me say, you look like them. Me forgot. Me don't know if you do nothing here, you know. But me notice lately. And I notice lately is like them a try to do something to we channel them. Yes, Wally person them a give it down in Hanover. You know, so then down there give people weekly money for buy food. Them a get weekly money for go supermarket. That's how bad it is. Me say the people them, hey, you know, hear them say that I know back in country get PMP. It means that them are gonna do every and anything. You know, say I'll fake ID and them a transfer people from other parish into Westmoreland. And that me want to know what them a go through so much drama for. And that me want to know. That's exactly what I want to know. Let me see if me guess I get through. All right. Yeah. So them a do all kind of evil manner things, my people. All kind of evil manner things them doing. All kind of manner of evil them doing. We say Clive, all that now go help them time come. Me tell somebody the other day said destiny of Mark Golden to be where he is and then could have fly higher, fly low. Nobody can stop purpose and destiny. They could have buy till they can't buy no more. Cause a lot of people learn it now, say I then trick that. I then trick that. Good night, Nora. Did I greet you? I them trick that. Anyway, my guest is about to come on. He has a lot to do tonight, so I don't want to hold him captive and me over here chat when him have a lot of things because it's going to take a lot of time for him to give the analysis of how he is. He's coming on now. Put on a bangarang with internet too. All right. Put on a bangarang with internet too. All right. You have something in the background, Mr. Perry.
Huh?
You have something in the background. There's a device in the background that I'm hearing myself through.
Oh,
Can you
sure,
find the
sure.
background that I'm hearing myself?
Yes, yes, I will. Yes, I will deal with that
All right.
momentarily. Good. And
So once again, I want to say welcome to you, Mr. Rohan Perry, for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you could have been otherwise minded. You could have gone enjoy yourself, find one like a young girl and go party all night, but because of the love of our party. Because of the love of our party, we are doing this. We're not doing it for money. Nobody not paying. We know Mark Jefferson Gold not paying. The daytime Campbell not paying. So nobody can talk about pay. It costs me to do this, but I am doing it for the love of my party because anything I can do to assist and help because we must get this uncaring government out. So that's one of my reasons. It's a passion and a love. So it's nothing about being paid. And I know it's the same from Mr. Perry. And I want to say welcome again to Life with Jennifer JM. How are you
thanks,
doing?
thanks for having me. And it's always a pleasure to join this group on a Saturday night. I look forward to it,
Yeah.
and I'm just happy to be a part of the family. So, good night to you, Auntie Jen, and good night to the members from the community. And I hope tonight would be a blessed night. And as I would always say, we do welcome the labor rights, but if you are here, please behave like a comrade.
All right, thanks. All right. So we're going to go straight into it because I know we are going to run over our time period with what you have to say tonight. So let me look back at my itinerary that you sent me here and see what we're going to go look at. So I want the viewers to know tonight that we're going to look at different aspects tonight. And we will be looking at debate analysis. So we're going to look at some areas. I don't think you're going to go in depth in all of the 5 hour speech where Mr. Andrew Wallace do because some of them are not going to be relevant because some of them was a lecture or part of history with the missing part of some historic something we might talk from 1960 something with the missing part. But Ralston Hyman did it good this morning. He put in the missing part. Lovely interview over there on Portland Spice this morning. And then we're going to look at PNP take round 1 and 2, and we're talking about the Portmore Parish. And then at the end, we will discuss what will Mr. Dr. 28 do. So now I'm going to hand over to Mr. Rowan Perry. What do you have to say between Mark Golding debate and Andrew Holness?
Okay, good night again. All right. Mark Golding spoke first, and Andrew spoke afterwards. Initially, I thought they would have allowed the Prime Minister to talk. But at the end of the day, I am happy that Mark Golding spoke first. Simply because his presentation was so broad and touched just about every area, even though the time he used to touch such broad topics were far less than the amount of time the Prime Minister would have used to get across his point. So Mark Golding used less time and was able to offer a substantial presentation that
Something, hold on, all right. Something will go wrong by your end. Make sure you turn off the next device because
turn it
it
on.
was, yeah, I still hearing some baffling there.
Okay, let me. Are you hearing it still, or it's okay now?
All right, go ahead and then I will listen if I still hearing it.
Yes, so I'm saying Mark Golding's presentation was filled with substance, even though he used less time to bring across his points. But there were so many points that he was sharing with us, and he was actually, having a plan for just about every sector of the country and of individuals as well. I find his presentation to be one that the population was looking for. You understand? It caused us to breathe a fresh of breath here. um, because most of us have lost the faith in our politician to really make a change, especially for the poor. And what Mark Golan came with was really renewing the hope that the poor would have always had in our politicians.
I
Um,
don't, I still, sometimes I hear you loud and then like you go back down low. I don't know what is happening from your end.
I don't know. I don't know. Let me get a little bit closer to the phone. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, you're sounding a little louder now, so let's hope that work now. Yeah. So
Maybe I will.
repeat back the last sentence that you said a while ago.
With regards to Mark Golding, I'm saying that he has really brought a fresh air to the people of Jamaica, especially the poor, and has renewed that trust
Yeah.
that we normally would have in our politician for them to come and make a change or make a difference.
Oh, yeah.
His his social programs were very appealing to the common man. And by the time Andrew would have come on Thursday, the population of Jamaica would have absorbed and consumed the substance from Mark Golding that they really had little or no space for whatever Andrew Holness had to offer.
Yeah. And I like what you have just said that you are glad. I was thinking about it the other day and I said, well, you know, it was right. It's a good thing Mark came first because then what Andrew tried to do, you know, is to manipulate some of what was said and try to make it look like his own idea. But I'm sure it's something that he got caught in, and I don't know if you remember. You see this thing about make car license for a period of time? That was already there already, you know, from 2018 for new vehicles up to 5 years.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. And I was listening to Andrew. I must confess that I have not gone through the whole 5 hour, and I'm not going to really waste my time and go through the 5 hour. But for the purpose of the program, I did sacrifice some of my time and browse through his things. And so far, whatever program I heard him come with are the same line items or that Mark Golding was addressing. He spent some time on NHT, but Mark Golding has already filled our appetite with
Yes.
what we wanted. So even though his chocolate cake looked delicious, we were filled already.
You can you notice he spent a lot of time for the energy because that's where Mark
Yes.
get a high
And
point.
here Mark scored most points.
That's
So
where he scored the most.
he was trying to match with Mark. But I'm saying we were not consuming what he had to offer because we were quite satisfied with what Mark had to say. The first and foremost, return NHT to its former glory and mandate. And Mark Golding satisfied us that that is the direction the People's National Party is going to take. So don't wait until after Mark Golding come and say that, Mr. Prime Minister, that you're going to now come and say you're going to do this and do that and do that with the NHT. You had 9 years and you
Yes.
didn't do that. You raped the NHT. You understand? You took away
Definitely.
the NHT value and substance. You turned the NHT into a pauper at the expense of your rich friends.
Yes.
You understand? And it was
Yes.
Mark G and the People's National Party who, during his presentation, showed us how we are going to answer the housing problem that we have. Going around giving what he was saying that he has since he started, I think 300 houses when there's a need of 6,000 houses for indigent persons. And in your 9 years, you build only 300. So when all of those 6,000 people are going to get it. So what Mark Golding came with, return the NHT back to its former glory,
Sure. Yes.
50 houses in the next 5 years, whether it be 10,000 per year. Focus on some low income homes, whether it be some one bedroom starter unit, which most of our single young people would do well with, and it will expand as they grow. So that's a great thing. So persons now start to dream again.
Yes.
So while we are busy dreaming with what Mark Goling is saying, we really had little or no time to hear what Andrew Holness has to say because he had 9 years for us to dream and he never caused us to dream. The only thing he approached us with was nightmare.
Yeah, and you remember that I have said this on my program that I believe in investing in the young people more than the old people because
Yes.
the young folks can turn that money keep spinning around by paying the Margaret. So if you have that filtering going on, more houses can be built to accommodate. However, time we can erase some of this. Now, when the younger folks have a house, and if somebody who is less fortunate in their old age,
Mm.
the young one can't help the old one.
Yeah. People now have their hopes lifted up. And that is the track record of the PNP. The People's National Party has always lifted the hopes of the poor. The People's National Party has always been the party to answer to the needs of the poor. And right now, with based on where the country is, there is a loud cry from the sector of the poor, and it is the
From the poor.
People's National Party who is stepping up to answer the call of the poor. Andre is now trying to catch up. So he spent a lot of time on the NHT. And interestingly, he also spent some time, he did not call it creative industry.
Mm.
He called it film industry and entertainment because
Yes.
he didn't want to look as if he was really copying what the PNP and the leader had presented. So he called his film industry and entertainment. But Mark Golding spent quite a bit of time to talk about this creative industry that they're going to put $1 billion into and to cause it to create a level of income and assist the growth process. So
Yes.
we were already filled with this information from Mark Golding from Tuesday. So when Andrew Holness come with that, we didn't have any appetite for what Andrew Holness had to say. You had 9 years to say it and you didn't say it. You had
And that,
9 years to do it and you didn't do it. So why you
yeah.
wait until Mark Golding make his presentation? You are now going to copy, relabel, and come with it. It is saying to me that you're not ready for government, you run out of ideas, and time come. Time really come.
Time really come. Let me greet some of these people on the live.
Sure.
Wayne Armsby, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that one wrong. Delia Mar, oh, my great Delia already. Vian, MJ, maybe it's my phone. I don't know what you were saying before. Robert Gardner, good night. Ella, Chelsea Clinton, Cooking with Elaine, Chronicles, Jill, Dionys, Clive. I think I greet Clive already. All right, greet anybody we miss out. Just welcome to the channel. Yes, so back to the story of the entertainment part of it that Mark Golding was saying. And as Lisa Anna came out speaking about for creators. They must believe that these creators only mean people that on TikTok and YouTube and all of that.
Mhm.
So she really expound on it to let them know about, people who want to get into creativity, but they don't have a
Yes.
lighting. They need help with certain things to make their thing look attractive. And even us on social media too. We
Hmm.
could do more. We could be making plenty money if
Sure.
if we have what to work with to make our thing look
If,
official.
if we get the support. Whether it's gonna
Yes.
come in
So
technical support. Cause look
I
here.
could have a lovely background, and I could have
Yeah.
lighting. I could have it, you know, the commercialize it and make it look nice,
Yeah.
and it's an
So
income. You know?
it doesn't have to be financial support. You have what is called
No,
technical support, where somebody
that's
is
right.
available to train you and put you up to the level where you can do your thing without even have to employ somebody to come and do it. And that would allow you to start to increase on your income. So what Mark Golding and the PNP is saying is that they are going to create an industry, the industry, creative arts industry. They are going to invest in such industry that person, whichever discipline you focus on, there will be a support group that will be there to ensure that your thing grow because it is a part of the growth strategy of the People's National Party, and they believe that the creative industry is one industry that is not being used much and we need to tap into it more. But remember on our program maybe 2 weeks ago, we spoke about even reducing crime, or we could use this movie thing to pull
Yes,
these guys. Remember we spoke about it? We
yes,
could
we
use the
did.
movie thing to pull them because it would have answered the needs that they have. They want money, they want fame, they want to be even seen as a shutter. So we would use the movie thing to turn them into a shutter, but in real life, they are not
Yeah,
shutters, but they
yeah,
live their dream on the screen. You understand? So these are things which we know is going to work. But the truth is, it was the opposition leader who came with it first, spoke briefly and intensely about the creative industry. So now
yeah.
he might brand it and then single out. Oops, sorry, this thing here.
Your phone drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would welcome any form of help with with evolving my channel to a different level where it can be more attractive,
Yes,
because that would also help to bring more viewers.
that's right.
And the more views you get is how you make something.
Just give me 2 seconds. Let me just get something to catch this thing.
When I come Jamaica, I go and buy you a ring light, man. You need a ring light with it. You need a phone holder thing.
Yes,
To go
yes.
downtown Kingston, go buy it, man. They're cheap. I'm going to promise you that. Phone no want to hear. Pay nonsense in contact. Because in your mouth take about creativity because they twist it. That's why I hear the PNP Damien Crawford keeps saying we cannot give out our ideas because they are going to steal our ideas. Honestly, what we that talk about? Auntie Jen, I'm glad Mark make his budget presentation for everybody to talk about it. Thank you, Rosalie. All of a sudden, now have ideas. All of a sudden, you might try to see what you can do. Why you never do them? We not listen to your brother. You set up back the thing yet, man. You're too close to it now.
Yeah,
You're
it's
too
not.
close now.
Mm.
You need a little ring light or a little stand for the phone. So you put it there.
I don't know what is causing this thing now.
You can't get it set back good now. Yeah, what you do, man? Get two book and put them up like this to the height where you can come
No,
and
it
just
is
rest it.
set is just something that is causing it to not.
Try find them. I like seeing a green screen there, you know. They should organize a debate among the two parties. I am sure Andrew would not turn up. You know, so what they want for the now, they want to put the Minister of Finance in a group for debate. They don't want flavor for go debate Julian Robinson by herself. So they want to group you up now. I never see that happen before. Mr. Dollar people are trying to change every striking thing. Everything. Then try for change. But guess having a little issue, soon come on back. I'm adding back now. Copying program is one thing implemented. Them, yeah, you look back good now. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead now.
Yeah, where were we now? What was the last topic we were on?
After me not even remember what we said last again. We that talk about them copycat.
Yes, that is one of the things that I'm glad Mark spoke first to show up Andrew Wallace that he's indeed a copycat because he really patterned after what Mark G did. And it took him 5.5 hours to deliver and wouldn't even realize that a lot of person would have turned off after 2 hours. And after hours, he weren't making much sense. All he was doing is tracing and vetting and getting out his hand. And I don't know who he was
Hi,
actually.
Barbara. But I tell you, I start to listen. I was listening to a little bit. I never did remember it that much, Somebody sent it to my phone. And when I start listening, my ear my contact about paternity. And I want to say that the PMP is not the father for any physical deficit. Something like that in that regard. So if I'm hearing my talk nonsense, me not bother listen to it. Because I'm so glad Ralston I man start this morning and make it straight and clear that it was the PMP that put back Jamaica. I remember when get Bruce Golding and the Shark, we talked about that last week, and I'm so glad I hear Iman spoke about it this morning. He said he was a part of it, so he knows.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But all in all, I was really happy at the end of Mark Golding's presentation. I said to myself, Mark Golding has delivered. Mark Golding has arrived. And he did not surprise me because I know he has a heart for socialism, for social programs, for programs that cares for the poor. I know that it's his heart. What
Yeah,
Julian did in the presentation before Mark was highlight some growth strategies that the PNP would use to grow the economy.
yeah.
Mark did hasn't had no need to spend much time on any growth strategies, but he spent the time on social issues, w-
Yes.
which is really what the people wants to hear, especially those who are poor. He
But
was able
we Andrew talk about it. And what was his plan for the poor?
copying what the PNP presented, because as I said, he touched on the NHT, he touched on the light thing.
Me not even classify them the type of people who can find like a money for got energy. Me talk like the one them where you put $1,000 raise for.
But that I wouldn't even talk about that. That what can that do? Because what I noticed, the GLP is doing, they are giving people $1,000 and $2,000 and expect that the people it is going to swing. And said yes, if you're not doing something substantial and transformational for the people, you know, start not yet. Because when you start to release of the millions and the billions of dollars that our leaders has taken out of the copper, giving back people 1,000 and 2,000 is just going to make them angry.
Yes, because I see a lot of people is very angry about.
Very angry
What
about it.
about really? He never need to raise it. You know what should I do? Just leave minimum wage alone. If it's fine, so you can't raise it. Nobody say you raise it. What is the biggest embarrassment we take out of it? What $1,000?
They have, for this debate, the Jamaica Labour Party has exposed themselves as a party who is tired, out of touch with reality, and has run out of ideas. And what would you do with a government who has these qualities?
Yeah.
You have
I,
to
I
get rid
seen
of
him
them.
asking. I seen him saying something that him asking all the hotel workers to vote for the JLP. How do you address that?
He's begging votes because if you perform in a way that impresses people, would you need to beg them to vote for you?
But why would you highlight a particular group? What is it why you highlight the tourism sector? Is it because there were
So
some demonstration the other day? You feel like the people may be a little bit frustrated, so you are trying to say if you can really get them on the side. Did you put what did you say to improve the hotel workers' life?
nothing much. There was really nothing different from what Mark Wolin presented. All he was trying to do is to copy some of the things. As I said, he spent some time on the NHT thing, trying to probably confuse what Mark Golding had said initially. He spent some time on transportation. He spent some time on the school feeding program in the education sector. But because Mark Golding's presentation was such a broad and specific presentation, there was nothing Andrew Owens could have said that you could say, well, yes, this was certainly better than what Mark Golding had to offer. Mark Golding touched the critical area and really left Andrew in a position where he had to just copy and rebrand.
So
So my conclusion is that without doubt, the Jamaica Labour Party realized that they have slipped in the poll because of this budget debate.
so
And
can I ask you a question?
sure,
Are you gonna reach there yet? How would you
yeah,
grade
fine.
him out of 10?
A grade who? Well, there are two persons to be graded. Then that's Andrew Holness and Mark Golden.
Yeah.
All right. So Mark Golden will get a 9.5 out of 10 because the truth is that uh Julian Robinson got 9, and I am
Oh,
putting
yeah.
Mark Golden a little above Julian
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Mark
Because
Golden
he did
really,
step it up a little more. Yeah.
yes. But it was Julian who ushered in the agenda for growth, which
Yes.
really captivated and captured our mind and built our hope. Mark Golden came now and just put on the flesh. You understand? He did not dismantle the skeleton with little
Yes.
muscle tissue that Julian Robinson had. He came and he strengthened the skeleton and added flesh to it. And it's
Yes. Yes.
still not complete, you know. But what has been put together so far is in very pretty good shape
Yes.
for the
I
rest
agree. I
for the
agree.
rest for the rest to be added to it.
Yeah.
Um, with the atmosphere that Andrew Holness was faced with the master presentation that Mark Golin put forward, it really put Andrew Holness in a very uncomfortable position. So for him to come out, albeit in 5 hours, and to deliver, credit to him. But it is no way close to what Mark Golin had presented. So I give Andrew Olin a pass mark, but I cannot give him a mark above 7 out of 10.
Oh, you give him so much, man. You know, say you give him all it, man. Man, you make people vex with you tonight because me hear
It-
one man over TikTok I give one grade and boy. Me say, no care how much emphasis he put on his speech, he can't give more than 2 because all the way copy out and he don't mark a book that is copy. So you're gonna give him 7 for copy.
So why he gets 7? 70% of what he said was really a copy from Mark Golin thing. It
But
is saying to you,
hold on, teacher. May you know best, right?
mhm,
You're a teacher. I am not a professional teacher as you do, but I have worked in the school system for a while and I invigilate a lot of CXC exams. And I can give you a little thing about how we put the student to sit down and
yeah,
How CXC really grade you. You see, if you are sitting close to someone and they have the same identical thing, then you they know that you copy.
Yeah.
Because don't care what everybody thinks will not be identical.
All right,
Apart
but this
from
is
him,
that.
apart from him trying to restructure the wording of some of the things to make it
Mhm.
look like it new. 'Cause a lot of people don't know that words are ambiguous and can be used in many ways. So when you put, and that's what he did in much, just turn the story around and
Yeah.
make it
So,
look. There
so
is
this
no
is not a
way if
copy.
I am the examiner marking the paper, I can give him seven, brother. I mean, I agree with you tonight.
All right, but what on Auntie? This is not a verbatim copy where he and Mark was in the same room and he was peeping on Mark's paper. What he has done is that he has taken the information from Mark's presentation, looked at it, and restructured to make a presentation for himself. So I give him credit for one, for identifying quality solutions and ideas that will fit Jamaica's situation. And he was able to take 70% out of Mark's plan. I give him credit for that. In other words, he's saying to me,
Me and you agree tonight,
I
brother. Me no one,
understand and
me,
we don't have
all,
to
all
agree.
I know,
We
Mr.
don't have
Perry,
to agree on all
me and
things,
you good. Me
Auntie.
and you are good
But
friend,
what
but me not agree with you with the mark.
what 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 he's saying,
You are marking the paper too high, my brother.
no, no, not necessarily. What he's saying is that Marky G, your presentation, there are 70% of what you propose to do for Jamaica that I agree with and I would do it too. No, it means that
But you can't
Andrew,
copy. Me and you know a copy the mark. Let us deal with the copy. We know a copy. We are teacher. We know a copy. You
but
cannot mark
Andrew,
a copycat. So
we all copy information from a lot of sources. But at the end of the day, we make a presentation, but the presentation is not what we created, so to speak. It's information that we gather from A, from B, from C, from D. I am happy if I am a presenter and a prime minister can take 70% out of what I present. I
but
am happy
you
about it.
can't give him so much pass mark for it.
70% of the year 30. No man, he lost a lot of points, He lost 30. He lost 30 points, Auntie. He lost 30 points, And the truth of the matter is, albeit the fact that these were copying things from the opposition leader, these issues and areas is what Jamaica need. It's just that he is not seeing it with the broad eye like how Mark is seeing it. And he will not be able to implement it the way how Mark and the PNP is going to implement it because it is coming out of the PNP.
That's the problem I have with the mark. You have to mark him down tonight, but I can't get seven.
No, I am giving him seven. I'm giving Mark 90. I'm giving him 70%. I'm giving Mark 95%. I'm giving Dayton 90%. Did I give favor a score? Yes, I gave favor 50%.
I think I give Flavor 50 per. And honestly, as much as Flavor thought I did want water in the parliament according to the House Speaker, may I give Flavor more marks than Andrew. Because Andrew come in the parliament with one bag of throw word, so he get marked down for the throw word. First thing come in there, throw back one per mark on the PMP. Then they forget mark. Me not agree with you. But tell you first, may I disagree? Because I'm not agreeing with you tonight for giving no seven.
Yeah, for me, him get 70%. But Andrew, Auntie, I am very serious with marketing. If you can score 90%, master, 90% and above, you have mastered the topic. Anything
No,
below 90, you know, master the topic.
listen. If him get 70, he would get a grade three.
That's the point I am making. Him no
But you not
master.
forget the grade three, brother. Forget grade
No, I
four. So
didn't.
you give him pass mark. You forgot to do back over and CXC.
In pass, but you have mastered. And you have to be creative to master. You have to create your own ideas to master. If I give him 40%, I am saying the contents of his presentation don't value anything more than 40, which is not true. because it is these same contents that I give Mark Golding 90, in addition to some other things that Mark Golding came with. So I have to be fair on how I am distributing the funds. You understand? He could say, well, look here, I had these ideas before Mark, and if I had presented first, I would have come with it. So you understand? So I am just being fair, but at the end of the day, I still suspect copying went on. Because based on what I see, he copied two areas, spent some time on, because he realized that Mark scored heavily on housing and education.
Listen why I can't mark him so high. He was there all along to come with these and we can copy them now. Him a come and put them in a pretty farm for put them out there for present them for look good. So he cannot get a 70 for me. The
Boy,
most mark hold on now,
can you
the
just give
most
him
mark but listen
30%?
me, the most mark I would give to him is 40%.
And I say, Mark, hard.
Now be the play around. 40 him again.
Well, Auntie, you say 40%? You know what that is regarded as? Big enough. Big enough. So he's not even developing. Because when I give him a
Look,
70,
all right, hold
when
on.
I give him a
We're
70,
going to
I put
something
him in a
here. Look,
developing.
1 minute, Mr. Perry.
Sure,
Let me see where everybody on the live is. I'm going to ask everybody on the
sure.
live to type in and tell me how much percent would you all give to Andrew Oldness and make we see who is closer to it. Don't take up for antigen. Me talk my own and Mr. Perry talk his own. Type in
Yes.
the comment how many percent you would give. Well, here we have Fenifer saying 30%, Sharon Robinson says 40%. Well, you have
Mm-hmm.
somebody with you, Sheldon Brown says 70%. Cooking with
Mm-hmm.
Elaine said 13.
So much zero
Cold
that person
Diva says
again.
0. Hey, no, hold
No,
on there.
no.
Cold Diva, you're biting a Cold Diva. Cold Diva is 0. All right, Tracy had said
Pat said
10%.
25. I always say
Jaguar,
65.
Jaguar
Somebody
Jack
said,
says 25%. Mark Gabriel said, me not tell who to say, me not go down, you know. Me don't know what I mean by that, the Mark Gabriel. Pat said 25. Kimon said 40. Rennie Swaby also said 0. Erica Ennis said, me agree with you, Auntie. And Damian Johnson said 65. So you get two persons on your side close.
"Hmm,
Judith Love Park said 20. No, I said nothing at all. Sharon said nothing at all. If you copy 70%, you would left with 30%. You know
well,
you have a
30
good,
should be credited.
Jennifer, you know you have a good point. You have a good point. I like that. If you copy and we know as a teacher, that's 70% of what you're putting,
I'm
even
going
though
to
you
deduct
try
it from your
strategy.
score.
You should get 30 for true, because that's all you did left with for real. I agree with you. I
All right,
agree.
Chelsea, Chelsea, I agree with my score for Mark Golding, 95% for Mark.
Sheldon Brown said Mark Golden 85%. Chelsea said Andrew 4. Julian Richards said 20. Mavis Forbes said 2. Barbara said 10%. Arlene from 20%. Dahlia 10%. Samuel said 25. He should get 0. Mark Guerra said me, I fix everything. I don't know what you mean by that. Clive Powell said 40%. Sharon again with 0. Jill said 35. Ilian said 45.
Somebody say
You for and
100%.
Mark and David. So Damian Johnson said Golden 100%. Mark Golden. Chelsea said 95%. Jeffrey Nichols said 60. Sheldon Brown, Julian 80. 5% just show up in the house. That's what somebody said should I get.
Good night, Jessica Carter.
Letty says 65 is good at showing words. So she give him 65% for showing words. He
Pat
can't
Duggar
just
give
say,
Mark Golding full 100.
all right, Pat have little sympathy for him and I give him 25. Mark Gabriel said 14, Janet 40%, Clive 40%. So overall, most of my people are saying 40%. So I
Hmm.
believe that I am more on point than you tonight, Mr. Perry.
No problem with that, Auntie.
All right. But me not give him 70%. Me sorry.
If you check the PEP, 70% not going to get you to any great school that you want to know. Because 70% is considered developing.
Yeah, you don't
So
get
yeah, you're not proficient yet. You don't
I
reach
was reading.
proficient
Me
yet.
I try to remember which subject me get 3 in a CXC, and then say me need more. I want me do again.
Yeah, that's a tree.
I think I'm maths,
Okay.
I
That's a
think it
tree,
was
Auntie.
I think it was math. Me I try to remember, me not have it before me. Me know me have 2 in the English and 2 in a
Mhm.
human and social biology and but I think of the maths. I think of the maths. Me not to understand the maths when go up so and come down so and go up so. I forgot make you teach me that.
Or the graph thing.
Me think me mess up that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 70% is not a mark that you should be jumping all over the place about. You have to get 90 and above to really be jumping up over the place. You understand? So as I said, with what Julian and what Julian and Mark Golding did in their presentation, it
Mm.
really put Andrew in a difficult situation. Not many people could come out of it and don't even drop down in the middle of the presentation also because they
You know, say man, they drink no water for 5 hours though.
no man, he was drinking water out of one transparent glass. I saw him with it, not out of a
Oh,
bottle.
okay. Me da
It
look
looked like the
when me da watch
parliament
it.
water. It looked like he was drinking parliament water. It wasn't from the
Oh,
bottle. Remember, they warned to not to drink parliament water, but he was drinking parliament water because it was in a glass,
yeah.
see-through glass.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you for that anyway. Well, only while we are going to agree, and that is good that not because
Yeah,
we are
that's
friends, we
great.
can
That's great.
disagree.
That's great.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. But I'm not shifting, but just for a little humor, right?
mhm.
Somebody sent me this morning, listening to a labor, right, saying that the oldness led administration is going to win. But I want you to take a listen to this and see if them labor writer have no sense. Yeah? I'm gonna play
Yeah.
it. And you may say, why you want to put this on the show? But we just want to hold on. Oh, wait there now. Yes. Hello, liberals. Yeah. Today I come to talk to you. You know it? About what?
Sorry, it didn't breathe. If I didn't get it. Good.
So I'm going to talk about what is to happen. Listen, if now.
Sure.
One voice. First, let me pick up the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the Creator of the universe, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. We hail you, King, because you are God and God all by yourself. You need no help. Man was born to serve you, to live for you, to honor you. So we honor you this morning. As we are in this election mode, I am just here to tell my party what is going to happen. You know what is going to happen? To so many of us who are in a position now as laborites, who have been given the opportunity to lead, and for those who forget people that have placed you there
For those who forget, those who vote for prosperity to become a reality. Mark my word, this is going to happen. Prime Minister of Jamaica, Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, he will win the election. He's going to win. But you know what is going to happen?
You want to listen, Jennifer. Listen what I'm saying.
So many of you will enjoy the pleasures of being in the House of Representatives today. You will not be in the House when this election is over. Enjoy all that there is now, because you forget the people that have put you there. It is nice now for everyone to be enjoying themselves and feel happy and being in this election mode. But I am telling you that you are simply going to reap what you have sown.
We're not going to play with all of it, but we just try for sure to say.
Did not look out for
Some labor right now in a sense can come and I say them I win, but at the end of the day come and I win and they start to cuss their own party and I say them now go win back in the house because them now treat the people them good. I think we have it up there now. We put it out already now one video for sure say them I say one thing but they not understand. But if I come out with something where him not understand so where I say now make no sense. So that I come from for them own camp, you know. So what do you have to say? You not hear the whole like it. Me not go play out the whole like it. Me not have time for go play out the whole like it. But me just try for sure to say. Even them in themselves know so they not win, you know.
What is happening in the Jamaica Labour Party is reminding me of what was happening in the People's National Party in say from 2015 go right up to 2020.
Yes. We
Before
were
Mark,
losing it, man.
yes, before Mark Golding took over and steadied the ship, we
Yeah,
were having this sort of thing. And I think it is only going to get worse for the Jamaica Labour Party.
it will.
Um, yes, there are many things that the JLP has to fix for them to be comfortable with the thought of saying a third term. And the truth of the matter is it is now becoming very elusive in their eyes of getting a third term.
Yeah.
So the question that was asked in the program is, they've lost two rounds, round one and round two. What will Dr. 28 do? So I am saying the fact that they see that they cannot win it fairly, they have to go into another gear, and that gear is an unfair gear.
Yeah. And we have been already hearing that they found fake. Well, we see the EOJ put out the statement also about the fake IDs. And I learned, I said, I don't know if it's true, that certain politician from the JLP side was found in possession with some of those fake
Right.
IDs.
Yes. There are about 28 different tricks that the Jamaica Labour Party plan to use to win the election unfairly.
Can you give us some of those, please?
But before I go into it, I just remember there was one thing I wanted to say as it relates to Mark Golding presentation, and I have to say it before I leave that point. Um, Persons, some of the analysts who were not, endorsing Mark's presentation as a super presentation, their concern was where is he going to find the money to finance it?
Yeah,
And I am happy to say to them that that's not a problem. The money is there. First, all right, we're not going to be taking this 11 billion from NHT annually anymore. So NHT
Right,
have
right.
so
Yes,
NHT have $11 billion more to make these houses that Mount Golin has pledged to build for the poor.
yes,
All right. Two, according to GDP, the amount of money that we are going to be collecting for tax, the amount of extra money that we are going to be collecting for tax is about 240 billion annually. You understand?
yes. I
Um,
understand.
and so when you check the budget, there is a line item on the budget that takes up $360 billion, which is referred to as discretionary funding. So it is not assigned to any particular item, but the leader can spend this based on his discretion as to which area he thinks needs this funding. So when
Yes.
you took the additional taxes that we would collect for the next 5 years, you understand? And
Okay, fine.
all of these additional surpluses, when you add them together, it can more than finance the additional things that Mark Bowling said he wants to do. So it is clear that there is not a problem in finding the funds to do what Mark Bowling said he wants to do. So the question I have to ask, why Andrew did not see that these things needed to be done? Because it's not a situation that there is no money to do it. You have $324 billion in discretionary funding that you could say, all right, even half of it I'm going to use to solve the problems of housing instead of building 300 houses in 9 years for people that are indigenous. When you could have built 3,000,
Yes.
you could have built 10,000 for that matter, because you had the money. The money is there.
Well,
And,
well,
and,
well.
you, and you're not touching the net international reserve to do it. You're not stop. You will still be paying your debt and the interest. So fiscal prudence is maintained, but you still have money to take care of some social issues that are affecting the lives of the common man, and you did not do it.
Didn't do it, man.
You were busy. You were busy doing things within the interest of you and your colleagues.
That's true.
You
That's true.
understand? You find
Yeah.
money to pay your colleagues 300% increase in their salary, but you can't even find money to give the nurses and teachers even 50% increase.
But him not say nothing about them in our budget neither.
No, not much. Not much. I didn't, there was nothing that came out to me.
Well, as for me, I don't have a problem with nothing Mark come out with. 'Cause when it come from figure, me you know well that Mark no figure.
Definitely.
So Mark now
Definitely.
come out and say Mark no figure. So me not have to question Mark ability. Or am I
Mark
gonna
could be
get it done?
Mark could be a finance minister in Jamaica. Mark has the ability and the qualification to be a finance minister.
Of course.
You understand? So they have to know what they're doing. They have to know what
But
they're
he
doing.
was, he was spokesperson on finance at one point.
I'm not sure, but yet he was in the finance.
No
Yes,
man.
yes. In
Yeah
one of
man.
his terms, yes, he
We
was
we under
opposition.
Peter Phillips. Check that out.
Yeah, I could have to check it, but I know I see
Yes,
something
man.
in his profile that have
In
to do
the
with
debate,
finance.
I think after Portia gave up, and somebody on this live can correct me if
Mhm.
Mark was a spokesperson on finance. Remember at the debate, it was Mark against Nigel. Am I right? In 2020? Was it Mark Golding up against Nigel Clark? When the Labour, them in say, but by time Nigel go up there and Nigel intellect got turn Mark in a idiot. I don't remember the story there, unless me not remember good. Somebody here. Yes, somebody O'Neill Gale is saying yes for sure. Come on now, Mr. Perry, you don't remember.
I
Mark,
think that is just coming back to me, yes.
Mark was spokesperson and finance. I can't tell you the duration, but I know Peter Phillips appoint. That's why Peter Phillips come out and say in the contest between him
Mhm.
and Peter Bunting. And when he was asked what was the most hurtful part of the challenge in a interview he was having, in bluntly said Mark Golden. And he was asked why Mark Golden. And he said, Mark, I'm a friend. And he emphasized on it. He said, Mark, I'm a friend. And that was what hurt him more with the challenge because Mark, I'm friend. And he emphasized on that.
Mark tends to have people, a lot of friends, because his personality and sincerity,
Yeah, you see
genuineness.
somebody else. O'Neill is saying yes, he was. Mark Thomas is saying yes. Yes,
Okay.
so somebody here is remember. I can't find it though.
Yeah, man. I know he has financial capability, so I mean that goes without saying. Um, he has the ability to be a finance minister in Jamaica, so he's not somebody you can fool or go around with figures.
No, you
I
can't
don't
go running with figures.
I think he doesn't know his figures. He does. He does know it. He probably likes justice more than working with figures, but he has the ability to master figures.
Yeah, you're right. I want to make sure 'cause I don't want to get anybody any
Sure,
wrong.
no, go ahead and look it up, Auntie.
Somebody can remind me. It don't gonna pull up my can I forgot to look for it different. Yeah,
But we'll get back to it. We can confirm it
yeah, yeah. We'll
afterwards.
get back to that. Yeah.
Right. Okay,
So
so now we're going to go to these 28 tricks
yeah, the
that the
28
JLP,
tricks,
yeah,
yes.
that the JLP can use and will use and may use to steal the election.
Yes.
All right.
Everybody I want you to
Okay.
listen careful so that we
Yes.
are
And listen,
enlightening and listening.
I will not be the only person to be listing the 28, but I will start off. I do welcome the persons there to also, because persons will also have information that we don't have. But we
Yes.
are going to reach 28 tonight, I'm telling you. Number one, fake ID.
What am I gonna have?
Fake ID.
Fake ID. Well, we have already seen that in the public domain.
Right. So it's all about how the PNP will
So hold on. No,
position
take your
itself
time,
to
take your time,
counter this.
take your time. What should person observe to know that the ID is fake?
Not just persons anti, but those persons who are in the polling station who will be accepting or rejecting persons who come to vote. It is they are the ones who need to know what are the security things that must be on the ID for it to be declared a legal ID. And already the EOJ is saying that the fake IDs that are coming out do not carry these security features. So therefore, the party leader and the election committee needs to take its indoor agents and give them a special training as it relates to identifying fake IDs
Yeah,
and
yes,
those that are genuine.
yeah,
So that's really where. So it's not about the person who has this ID going to vote that needs to know if it's fake or not. That's not the issue. The issue
yeah. We
is
get that. Yeah,
who who is at the polling station who will be accepting you as a legal voter or rejecting you because you're an illegal voter. And also what the EOJ needs to do. is if you find anyone who is in possession of a fake ID, the fine should be huge, should be colossal, so as to, you know, discourage them from taking that route. But the fine should be colossal and it should come with some confinement to at least a year.
Lock them up
Yeah, and charge them $1 million.
and charge them $1 million. And they should put that out. They should have put that out from now.
Yeah,
Anyone found with these illegal fake IDs,
who enter polling station with an
yeah,
illegal ID to use it as a means of identification is liable to pay $1 million and be confined in lockup for a year.
yeah. Somebody is saying
This
there's a
is a part
detection
of it.
lamp. That there's a
Hmm?
detection lamp that the ID will be placed under to check for the security features. Okay,
Okay, now who is operating this
that's
detection lane?
that's
Because
lamp. That be you still have to be vigilant because somebody
yes,
there who is a laborer can slip it through.
remember the EOJ is operating outside of the Prime Minister's office, you know. So we don't know what collusion can take place. So we have to be on our P's and our Q's. Which leads me now to the second thing, the
Yeah,
the the trick of closeness, because you are in my office. Whatever I can do to capitalize on being so close to you, I'm going to be capitalizing on it. So neighbor,
so hold
neighborhood.
on, 1 minute, Miss 1 minute, Mr. Perry.
Mhm.
Is there any legal action could be taken to get that office out there? Why
Well,
why the prime
according to
minister have
Mark
so much
Golding,
office in a fame office? We never see it before. Why?
is that the EOJ has got to be placed in some ministry. It has to be in a ministry.
It have to be in our ministry.
Yes.
Well, anyway,
So,
we
so
have
as
vacant
the prime
cabinets.
minister, you want to say, well, if it has to be in a ministry, let it be in my ministry.
But why none of the other prime minister they never do that?
That's it. That's it. But
You
I
see, so
guess as
the man
time
out for
progresses,
trickery though.
no,
The
as
man
time
out for
progresses,
trickery.
well, both parties, I think, agreed that it should be in a ministry. But whether it be in the prime minister's ministry or it be in the ministry of education, it is still influenced by the ruling party, is it?
Okay, me see your point.
Yes. So it doesn't matter where you put it. If the leader wants to influence it, he can influence it through whichever ministry because they are in control of that ministry. So it's neither here nor there, so to speak. But what we need to do is to have the prerequisite persons in place on election day to identify legitimate voters from illegitimate voters. Another scam
Yeah.
that
So that's
can,
two we can. Let me run them through. So we'll look out for the ID and we'll look out for the wait just say again.
the ID is one, and
Yeah.
which other one I just spoke about. Hold on there.
Because like I said, we brain I get foggy. But now you say the idea what we're gonna look out for. I Delana, good night. And
And the EOJ, the closeness.
yeah,
The EOJ
the
yes,
closeness
the
with the
EOJ.
EOJ. Yeah, 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 yeah. Number
Now
three.
another trick or scam is the vote
Oh yes, yes, yes. The vote transfer.
transfer of votes.
Well, I hear so them a transfer people from Clarendon into central Westmoreland.
All right, let me make it a little clearer to you now. So prior to an election, a massive work program goes out, reach and sparks. And you
Yes.
will find a lot of people. Don't think say is the when Senton Road are fixed, only Senton people are working. You find in road work, you will find persons from
Oh,
Kingston.
I see what you say. Oh, I get you, I get you, I get you, I get you. So they send them from out. So that's one of the trick. What a deep
Yes.
trick. They would
So
have catch
this,
me. They would have catch me. So the man are gonna end up staying at that. They say him a work.
yes, so you're working here for the
Oh
next
my
six
God! Me
months.
never seen a one. Me never
If
seen a
you're
one.
working here for the next 6 months or 1 year on the road or wherever, it would suit you to just transfer your vote in that area because really you're not going back to Kingston for the rest of this year and you need to vote. So you're going to ask them to transfer your vote to this area. So with the JLP controlling all of these work sites, they can now pool their voters from certain areas and parishes and use them as workers in this area because they need to beef up this by 500 or 1,000 votes. So what I would really love, and that is why we really need a political ombudsman, we need to stop this vote transfer. If you are not going to be able to vote in your area, you can vote on the day when election day workers are voting.
Well, I must tell you the truth about that though. I see both sides of blame each side, so them are carrying people come fight. I see that circulating. I see both labor right after PMP are bringing people, and I
So
see
who
the
carry the
PMP.
most? So who carry the most? So look at it, yes. So if the EOJ allow it and make it a free for all, is
Yes.
who carry the most purses. But hear what now? Here's the other trickery. You end up voting St. Anne and you are from St. Catherine and you also vote in St. Catherine.
But,
So
but
you have voted two times.
well,
So how is
I
that
want,
possible?
and I continue. What they're going to use to take off this ink altogether?
You can use lime juice. There are certain chemicals that you can be used or applied to the finger to get rid of it totally.
So you go vote a one early and then go vote a one late.
Yes. But also, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are voting in the same name. It could mean that the same person
Oh,
who
I get your
votes in
point
St.
now.
Catherine votes in St. Anne, but under two different names, two different IDs. Remember, some weeks ago, I said to you that there are persons on the voters list who had migrated, some have died, but their names still appear on the list. And it poses a risk because persons who are in political scamming can create a fake ID with this person and use somebody's picture who looks very close to that person.
So what
So,
can be done in that case? What can be done? Nothing can be done in that case.
yes, ma'am, things can be done, Auntie.
Fingerprint?
Auntie, I live, no, yeah, fingerprint is one. I live in this community for how much years? Who from my street could have come to vote that I don't know?
Yeah. That's another thing. Vigilance of the community people.
Yes. So it is who you
But the thing about
choose.
it, not everybody going to be at the polling station to see who going in there from morning till evening.
Your indoor agent
Should
is
know.
one such
True,
person
true.
who know the person in this PD, know all the person, know who move out, know who dead. So as far as me concerned, nobody not supposed to vote na Victor Money
You have a
because he
solid
can't
point.
do
You
it.
have a
Yes.
solid point. The indoor agent should know who is on the voters list in that community,
Yes. So
especially
you
that
need,
PD.
you see why
But I'm going to say
why
something to you though. There's a trickery. I used to vote at a particular PD that is very close to my house, right?
mhm,
And on one occasion when I went to vote, me hear some name that PD, it is far up our another part, so they switch around. Me don't
yes,
even know if I
yes.
maybe somebody them did a plan for go vote, use my name, because should they know that I am not in the community all the time.
Mhm. So them send you to PD where people not too know you, so them can send somebody to
Right,
vote.
right, right, right. But I went. I was in Jamaica and I went to vote. And I go up at the PD go vote.
Mhm. So that's another way. Now here another scamming now, auntie. And them let them thing out of the bargain. I'm going to pay you some money not to go and vote.
Yeah, me know of that the trick. Pay your, so you don't want to go vote for them, they say stay home.
Stay home, say $30,000 a year. Don't
Yeah.
go vote.
But how you gonna get that for stop?
You can't stop that. People,
That
people hungry. People lack ethics. People don't have ethics and moral. They have belly.
and that's one of the problem we have. You see, because the people they're hungry, they not make the money pass them. So that's
Uh,
one of the trick that this government use. Money.
keep you poor for election. No wonder why the country experienced a recession come to the end of 2024.
Yeah.
So we are hungry. We want something. We are now in election year. Is who can give me this? I go get my vote. So
Oh, somebody,
that
1 minute. Born again. Oh Lord is saying you can also match the date of birth and look upon the person in front of you. Most time the person in front look older or younger.
yeah, yeah, and that is why when you ask about the fingerprint will help. So here I'm an indoor agent in a polling station, and I see you coming to vote. I don't know you. Remember, I know the people them in the PD. I don't know you. Me I go raise alarm. So the fact that me start raise alarm now, fingerprint have go come in a whole heap of verification process have to go take place right there, and then because me as the indoor agent is raising an alarm.
Well, I can
So
tell you one thing now. The indoor agent them in my community, it depends on which PD them I go. I'm gonna check out where my vote is before voting time.
okay.
I would be strange to them because I actually hardly home.
Mm-hmm.
So they may want to double check me when
The fingerprint will reveal that you are indeed who you are.
yeah, and that's why I think the fingerprint is one of the most thing that they should be using in this election.
Yeah. But it can be timely, and so it is persons who they have doubt over that them going to have to draw. For example, you come in you come in without an ID, you can still vote. But it's going to take some time because they are going to do fingerprint. They are going to go in the black book and look at the picture in the black book to see if it matches your picture and your
Mm.
fingerprint. And they're going to ask you a few questions about your mother maiden name and some other little things that are pertinent to you and your family that you should know. You understand? But it do take a little time. So it's nice if you have your right ID and things so that process can go quickly. So if you come in there and people doubt you as to who you are, you don't have an ID, it is going to take some time to verify that you are indeed who you are. So they're gonna be vigilant. They will have to be
So
vigilant.
this is one of the key things data and Campbell will have to instill in the workers to be what? Vigilant.
Yes, yes.
Because you will know
So
some of the people,
one
so you're
of the
not to waste time. But the one that we don't know, listen, me, don't make nothing slip you.
yeah.
Once you don't know them, don't make them slip you.
Um, another of the trickery, one is to pay people not to vote, and another of the trickery is to pay people to vote.
Right, so both ways. Well, I
Yeah.
know that's one of my man up a Portland trick. Cause in clear view, picture and take and then a clear. What can be done to that? Why nobody not got jail?
I hear this person saying, time come, take the money. And I think that is what is going to happen this trip. I think people are going to be taking this money and they're not going to be voting for the JLP. Some persons took the money and gave them their vote, go out to vote none at all. But this time, I see a shift and a surprise that is
So
going to
somebody
shift.
call your phone, Mr. Perry. One of your phone ringing.
Well, it's the phone that I am on with you, so let me decline it, please. It's the phone that I'm on, so I can't answer it. I'll answer it afterwards. Yes, so that is one of
Somebody saying all of a sudden our place of voting has changed. I don't know why. Yeah, they did me that one time. We used to vote near to my house, and then when we go down all the way, me have to drive go for go get for my name depend different. I mean, I supposed to have for that the PD, you know.
And one way how they can be successful in stopping people from vote, because you can't say they are only creating jobs for one side. Here you have a big job coming up. You need about 300 workers. They can take 50 workers who are known PNP supporters, and they pull them from a particular area and send them somewhere to work for 3 months. And during that 3 month period of time, you call the election. 'Cause these persons will not be able to vote. You can put them, you can send them, you can give them a farm work card, send them overseas. So you can just pull out some PNP voters out of an area and create an opportunity for them outside of the area, which will not cause them to
Oh,
come
you
back
know, I
to
never
vote.
noticed. That's something PMP have to look at. Nobody take no half of a farmer card, you know,
Right now at this time.
at this time. Because why they not give you a long time? You know, say, I guess
Yeah.
because people desperate and want it. They're going to take it to the man.
Them gonna jump for it. Because they create the appetite for you to grab to it. You understand? And
Because
once they create the
Doctor Don Upper St. Mary, they give away a farmer ticket.
yes. So make them give them labor right people them the tickets. Make the labor right them go on. You understand? But we PNP just wait a little.
Exactly,
Just wait a
Tracy.
little.
Oh. Well, yeah, tell
Wait
you
a
about it,
little.
boy. People now want opportunity for left them at all, boy.
But just wait 6 months after. You should be able to get it. But
Yeah.
take some information as to the offer that they're offering you and let
But
me
yes,
know.
I know some of them when them a get a ticket, the farmer card. When them did go for go to fitness and medical and say they fail.
Yeah.
So it's no guarantee you get a card mean you're still going.
And why am I talking about tricks that the JLP might use? And why I'm even saying 28? Because of speech that they are making. We will not surrender
Render,
Jamaica
yeah,
to the
yeah,
People's National Party. We will ensure that the People's National Party do not put back them foot as government in parliament. No,
yeah.
these things is, and then even
The
then,
things that them attack tell you they out for some devious
also some
things.
anti-panky thing.
Yeah,
Even when Matt Golding was hitting them left, right, and center with the solutions to solve Jamaica problem, what were they doing? Initially, they were concerned, but all of a sudden, them start to laugh like, it's all right. We know what we are gonna do. So they can go on. That's the sort of body language I was getting from them.
yeah,
You understand? I said, it's all right. We're never ever get to implement them things. That is the sort of body language I'm seeing. So it leaves me now to start to think right across the board as to what are the things this government could possibly do to stall a PNP victory. You understand?
yeah,
Things can get so worse that rioters thing break out and
yeah.
election has to be cancelled and put off until the next year. Um, natural disaster can come. So the PNP strategy, they can delay it until natural disaster time. And because of natural disaster, it's a cost to delay it at 3 to 6 more months down the road. And then they would use that time to strengthen certain areas that they need to strengthen in order to win. So the timing of the election is another trick tool that they will use, or it's at their disposal to use. Because remember, even though it is due September 3rd, there are clauses that can cause him to
Yeah,
cancel it
I
and
know.
push it.
We know that. We know that. Tracy, what were you saying? I know you don't get it. Wow. Sorry. Mm. Just say RT boss. We say somebody on the live is saying auntie them just say RT boss dead. If it's true, then Pastor Chambers was right. I don't even know that the story there.
Who is
RT
RT
boss,
boss
right?
again?
Yeah, that's why somebody put on the channel.
You know
The
who's
RT.
RT boss? Yes, I'm reading it. Unto them just say RT boss dead. If this true, then Pastor
If RT boss dead, you know them I say a spice kill him.
Spice. Who's RT boss?
RT boss are the one with him and spice say him and spice up your man.
Oh,
And
him
he,
say my
and he,
Spice
and he
Okay.
file a lawsuit with the against Spice, say Spice defame his name. So that's why I say, you know, we analyze now, them I say a Spice, analyze him.
Oh boy. Yeah, so I don't reach
And
28 yet,
the
but I
petition say,
assume
that's exactly what them say a Spice. Me know any, you know, me know anyhow. Listen, because I'm all gone. Me know say
mhm.
if it goes off the truth, them I say a she analyze him. She got them I say a she up behind.
Oh boy.
June Mackenzie laugh out. They are in for a rude awakening. Them a plan is going to backfire upon them. I agree. They can't stop destiny. Sister Jenna will send you the prophet chambers did and this RT boss.
Mm.
Anyway, sorry for that. Me not plan up, me not get a little humor in it. But
Oh,
continue. How much
certainly,
you got now?
certainly that variety to the thing.
Yeah, how much you
Yes,
got now?
maybe
But
about
honestly,
45.
Mr. Perry, I thank you for bringing this up because this is really enlightening and refreshing because a lot of things that you're saying, a lot of people didn't know. One of the things that you have said is how they will send people in a community like them and do road work. And that's why they maybe plan this park within this time. We need to,
Definitely.
people in the community and need to look out for the people that will work on the Sparks program.
And I don't expect this election to be extremely violent, but I think one of the trick is to just unalive one or two persons within the party, like worker,
Yeah.
PD worker, and that would bring about a spirit of fear around that area of the community, which they would have suspect would vote heavily for the People's National Party.
Oh,
Understand? So
that's
not
another
much that
thing.
they would target a whole lot of people to bring violence to, but they could just use two persons or even one, and that
Mm.
bring a spirit of fear across a section of a community that would normally go out and vote heavily in favor of the People's National Party. Because as I
Oh,
said, if you cannot win fairly and how you're talking and what your body language is saying to me in Parliament, it is telling me that you have some ulterior motive
yeah,
that you
man, there's
plan
an
to bring.
ulterior motive. They do. I was listening to him. Remember when he went up in the local government election and I tried for president, Venetia Phillips, him said, we have other ways and means to win election.
Mhm.
Clearly said that.
Now, seats which they see are close, but the preliminary count would have given it to the People's National Party,
Yes.
um, can be targeted for ballot box theft,
Yeah, that's one of the key elements I will always talk on my life. The ballot box.
can be targeted for accident, can lick the vehicle off a road that is
Yes.
carrying the box.
Yes.
Understand? So care needs to be given to those areas, how you transport, how you watch the boxes.
That is so true.
Another strategy which I heard happened in one of those parish is that all 6 o'clock box lock up and only one smarty I look over the box them and them not start count yet. They what it happened in a country and them say that man them animal labor right, And you don't know where him alone I do with the box them in the church there so and I
Yeah.
heard that complaint was coming out in the local government election of last.
Yeah, I remember
So
that open not the local government. It was when the
by
election with
election,
Manchester Moda.
right.
And you
She
could
said,
see the
"No,
extra
get
box
them
with them
there, send
carry
down
there.
the
And
box."
one of the worker was saying, no, the box they never did it. So then,
So we need to pay attention to the movements of the ballot boxes.
sorry, let me turn this on. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry
we
about
need to pay attention with the movements of the ballot boxes.
but
So we need to,
I think daytime must highlight that because we all say that and we know the trick of the box. And as I said before, people have to be there ready. That's when them are left the polling station. You drive closely behind the vehicle to monitor that they go to the counting center without any switching a box.
yes, yes, definitely. We need to pay attention to the presiding officer. And I tell you why.
Yeah, the presiding officer are danger too.
If anybody can put bogus vote in a ballot box, it is the presiding officer. Because
Yes.
she controls the ballot and she's the only authorized person to put a ballot in the box. Not even you. Yeah, I think she supervises you or she asks you to watch her put your ballot in the box.
Yeah, but
You
say
understand?
the person who sit beside her also should be
Paying
watching
attention to
her.
what
Yeah. So as a PNP person in their work, you have to watch
you
the
have to.
returning officer.
You have to. Very, very, very important.
Very, very important because that's where a lot of the trick happen to.
Until this presiding officer has the liberty, she can tear off a ballot when nobody is looking at her, put an X beside the bell, fold it, and drop it in that box,
I
and
like how them
nobody
do it
sees.
though. I like how Jamaica election thing work. It should be that after you mark your X, you have to carry get somebody for drop your ballot. You mark your X
You
and
should
you're
drop
supposed
your
to
system.
drop it in there, nobody else that look on it. Because them will work right, they know who get more vote before the day done. And can tell
Yes,
you who win.
yes, that's how it is. That's how it's set up. You
Me know
can
that.
know. That's why even from before 6 o'clock, the feeling you see people start to drink beer and start to celebrate them. So we win it already, man. We win that from 1 o'clock or from 3 o'clock. You understand? Because your preliminary votes that comes from your indoor agents. Indoor agent pass it on to the runner, and the runner now send out the information, and you realize that you're leading the division by X amount. When you
Yeah.
count up all of the polling station now, then you get the total overall for the constituency, and then you can know if you won big, if it was very close, or if the opponent won. You can have an idea. Albeit it might not be perfect, but it will certainly give you the idea 99% of the time.
Yeah, man, and the people that will do the canvassing, and if them really know who go vote and them tick them off, they know their numbers.
Mhm. So there are so many things
Yeah,
that
'cause those who work at the polling station, okay, oh, they set it up. You set up a little tent where people go search for them name. So
yeah,
those people who are doing the ticking off right from the outside there, and so no who win.
definitely, definitely.
Next
Um,
one.
so the party will use persons within the constituency to get in conflict with persons and just throw them off their equilibrium and hope that that
Mhm.
will discourage a person or cause them to go out to vote. So there are some things you can say to people that get them fed up and them now go to the polling station.
Are you call it so they intimidate them
Yes, a form of intimidation.
and threaten them?
Threaten. Intimidation, threaten.
Hmm.
So intimidation and threat is also another.
Well, me know not a soul can intimidate and threaten me.
Um, Family members vote in family members' name.
Well, that a one other thing. Me don't know how they get rid of that. So my family they really favor one another. Me don't know how you get rid of that one, the boy. Some people
They
favor
will
each other.
favor.
'Cause I'm gonna tell you of a story. I know of a sister who traveled on her dead sister visa. That time
Mhm,
they never have fingerprint like now.
mhm.
So
So
much
they
less
need to
polling station.
They need to work vigilantly with this fingerprinting because it is a factor. It is,
Yeah, that is a factor, the
yeah,
fingerprint.
definitely. If you can't use that to verify somebody who you're not sure about, there's no way you can stop this bogus voting.
Yeah, you never stop. Some bogusness are going go on.
But if you can minimize it, then you will be able to nullify the attempts of the government to steal the election or to win it.
Yeah.
Illegally.
Hmm.
Understand? Those are some of the, but I know there are still other tricks that they have in their books. But these are some of the things that come to me. I don't know if persons in the line know of other areas that the labor could use to, illegally win the election because they cannot win it legally.
They never, say all when them are run all by themselves, them are still by vote.
Hmm.
By vote are one of the key elements.
Yes, by vote and by non-vote. So the
Yeah.
non-vote is who they pay not to vote.
So that those are anybody in the comment. Can you share in the comment what other means that they may use to try to intimidate people from not going to the polling station? Type in the comment. In the meantime, they type in the comment. What do you have to say in regards to the injunction for Portmore Parish?
What do we have to say? Didn't we call it before, Auntie, on the same program? Didn't we
Yes, we
say things
last
that
week we spoke about it, but there was the injunction yet. Now I'm saying to you now that the court has granted the injunction until the 28th of this month, then the case will be going to court. How do you see it going forward?
it is going to be thrown out? It's not going anywhere. This is not going anywhere. It's going to be thrown right out. As I said about 2 weeks ago, that the court is going to stop its implementation. Remember, I use that same term.
Yeah,
The
yes, yes.
implementation of it, the court is going to stop it from being implemented.
Mhm.
And I expect next week when they go back to the court, nothing will be done in favor of the Jamaica Labour Party.
All right, so that's another thing we want to preempt, right? Next
Mhm.
Friday will be the 28th,
Yeah,
Friday coming. And so next Saturday, if God spare our lives and we're here, then we will have another discussion on that. But
sure.
could it be also a situation that they just call it up and put it off to another date?
It can happen like that, yes. As well as the judge can say after election, we will call this matter again. Just like
Yeah,
how them put Andrew Holness case until October.
that's right. That's right. That's
Take that
right.
similar
You,
approach
you,
in
you
that
know, I
way
think
now.
that's a more favorable. I think that may be a more favorable decision Friday
Hmm.
to put it off to
Until
another
after the
longer time.
election.
Yeah,
No,
I don't think they're
no
going to
changes
actually just
until the next
canvass through
election.
everything that time and just say, all right, we're chucking it down. I'm not looking for it instant.
Yeah.
Unless they put off it to another court date or something like that. But that's a good way for us to think about it. For adventure, October.
As I was as talking, something came back to me, a negative in Andrew's presentation.
All right, so what hold on before we go any further. Which
Yeah,
bro is saying even so be it won't be solved before he said, but it is not going to be solved before election.
for the election.
Born again, such believe it will be thrown out. I
Hmm.
am optimistic that it may be put off to a later date, which would be in the best interest too.
And I believe that in the final result, Portmore may become a 15th parish, but I think it is going to be along the boundary of the municipalities, so nothing will be changed.
Yeah, because that's what the PNP is saying. If it remain as it is now, they
Hmm.
wouldn't
It will be
contest
the
it.
15th parish, right?
Yeah, they wouldn't contest it.
They don't want to do it that way because they are really involved in gerrymandering.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I have a little stuff in nose here, so I'm just getting myself with a little alcohol here.
All right, that's all right, man. You need some peppermint. Let me see what else we did have on the agenda again. And guys, you can write any question you want to ask so you don't see Michelle Charles handing out soup. Oh, me don't see the one that Tracy. Me don't see the one at all, so she hand out soup. She up there give a clear package and all kind of something that me see. You were asking the question, what Dr. 28 do?
Will do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I listed about 8 to 9 of the tricks that he will have to use if he can really flip it in the JLP favor because he cannot win fairly. You understand? And if he were to call the election now for it to be done in May or June, there is no way he can win. There is no way he can win unless he uses the 1980 tactics that they used.
And it ain't gonna work. You see, no, and 1980 are two different things. Because back in 1980, there were some people who don't have the access to Pi. But the
That's
truth of the matter now in Jamaica, almost everybody know where to go rent one Pi.
yes, and people are not stupid like in the 70s and the 80s, where I think that through your labor right now come kill you, and through me a PNP or come kill me. That we have matured past that stage now.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So
we have
you still
matured
have to
past that
little
stage.
fool people out there, but not that magnitude.
Not at the magnitude as it was in the 80s. You understand? It
Yeah.
certainly will not get there. We certainly will not get back to that level. Jamaica politics does not deserve us fighting or one another. And it's certainly not going to be getting back there.
Mm, yeah. So somebody just sent me this thing. It was that RT boss. They analyzing. We
Okay,
say
so
you got hear the whole heap of story say a spice. Remember me telling you.
mm-hmm.
We will cuss, but no analyzing. Yeah, all right, that sound good. Me never cuss a soul. Me have no need for curse nobody more. Me know so when the day come, me just go do what me have to do. If they want and they cuss for them. So, you know, say never they love me car and love me cussing though.
Yeah.
Them
But
are the
gone
one.
are the days when we believe that we should hurt each other
Yeah.
physically. And you see, I think it is going to gradually reach a stage where we stop even abusing each other by words, verbally.
Yeah.
So we don't need to do that.
True.
We don't need to do that. And I hope the day will come when we stop behaving like diehards and we just call a spade a spade.
Mm-hmm.
And it will happen when as soon as we reach a Republican stage. That's when it's gonna happen. That is why that model is a far superior model to the one we now practice.
True.
You
Yeah.
understand? Because it
So,
removes, kills this divisiveness in our politics.
you know, you say you feel a little nausea, but listen, overall now from last week and I don't know if you hear anything different on the ground or anything. So I was asking you a question the other night, but I think maybe true you didn't finish what you were doing. That
Hmm.
Nesta Morgan came out showing a particular location that Mark Golden wasn't doing any kind of work in his community because pay garbage and so in it. Do you know that specific location?
Certainly, man. That's the first when it came out at the beginning of the video. That area that was behind him, that's where I was. That's where my mommy lived when she went to Jubilee to have me as a child. And then
Oh,
yes, all right. Today that area is called Boardville.
yes,
That area is a piece of open land and persons come build up them little shack and some people may put little
yeah.
concrete structure there. And one church was built there. Um, one of one of Jamaica's movie was filmed in a church there.
Oh,
Right?
mm,
Um, but the reason why that area has not been developed, even though PNP was in power for 18 years, Edward Siaga wouldn't allow us to develop that area because it is West Kingston. It's a part of Edward Siaga constituency from those times. You understand?
Oh,
We have
okay.
There are persons who we interact with, party with, fellowship with, worship with, that are not from South St. Andrew, but they live very close to us. They are from West Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You have an area on Slipen Road that goes right down to Kingston Public Hospital.
Yeah.
All of that area from Torrington Bridge go right down belongs to West Kingston in as much as it is
So
close.
hold on. So the piece of road there where them at where Nesta,
Morgan,
when you reach right at the stoplight, right there, so and you
mm,
go what they call this a Mother White Bridge, and there's a little road that turns
Torrington
there, so
Bridge,
that's where you drive,
Torrington
that's
Bridge
where you turn going around there, so.
to Jonestown, yes.
Oh,
When you reach Torrington Bridge,
yeah.
you continue eastward and you would have entered into Jonestown. You enter Jonestown through Admiral Town there.
So the member of parliament like Anne Marie Vaz when I know say a 14 Park Jamaica have Nesta Morgan no know West Kingston from
You make sure,
St.
yes,
Andrew
because
South.
it is so close. It is so close to South St. Andrew that it could trick anybody that this is a part of South St. Andrew. You
But then
understand?
him not come out. Listen me. I am trying to say to you. Him find out saying wrong now. What and him not come out can say apologize.
That's not their nature.
Morgan a real rough. But Mark I learn politics now, you know. Mark a hands out back people now,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know, sister
It's not
Mark
our
is
ear. It's not our ear. All right,
Mark is
the entire walk he made, I think the last area that he went is a part of Omar's constituency on the western side. And just a little area, but majority of the area that he walked on, three-quarter of the area that he walked on is West Kingston. There was just about a quarter of the area in the latter part of his walk that
Mm-hmm.
had a small area that is a part of South St. Andrew.
Oh,
But majority of the area that he was talking about is West Kingston. He must ask Desmond Mackenzie about that area.
okay. Okay. So Desmond back in. So that means to say West Kingston start right at Torrington Bridge?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
figure. So after you come over there, I Sandrine space, safe space. She
He
said,
can,
thing, my mother.
Morgan can't come now and Mark Golden constituency as him like him have to come with good behavior. He couldn't come to that night place, so I make sure come on the outside.
I never in the Mark Golden space, you
Would I
know.
interrupt him video? He couldn't make a video that I see crazy. So I make sure him go on the outskirt. Would I interrupt that video? Cause we know a live that
But maybe nobody never penetrate him, man.
you know see nobody you see anybody and I'm alone, you see.
Him alone, but somebody did their video, so nobody did
Yeah,
the
and then
panic.
places there, and then he must me have two jeep of police with him and thing. But even
Good night, Sandrine.
if he were to come into Mark Golden constituency, would I make beer nice a video they couldn't make? A video
Video
they
could
couldn't make.
make.
You have to ask for permission to videos.
Oh, somebody say he went again and he used Google Map. He used Google Map. So overall now, from what you're hearing on the ground, if there's anything you hear on overall, one of the places that I'm keeping my eyes on is Eastern Portland because I'm seeing some people saying it's going to be difficult for Isaac Buchanan to override Anne Marie Vaz. Is there anything coming to your ears from Eastern Portland?
Um, I am feeling more and more comfortable that ISAT is going to take that seat.
Okay.
What
I am
the things that ISAT are doing down there, and he's not a member of parliament, is is just mind elevating
Yeah.
and will pay dividend for him.
All right. Another area that we're paying key attention to also is Central Westmoreland.
I don't have no doubt on Central Westmoreland with Moreland,
No, no, no. Wait. Right.
George Wright.
Yeah.
I have no doubt with Westmoreland. When we were going to lose those seats in Westmoreland, I knew because I there were persons. We do have quite a few people in South St. Andrew who are from Westmoreland. They have changed their parish and are now living in St. Andrew. And it is from them why I knew that PNP was going to be in trouble in the 2020 general election in Westmoreland. Um, so there are certain little things that we use as indicators to help us understand the ground, which is very reliable over the years. And I'm saying to you that my Westmoreland link is confirming a comfortable victory for the People's National Party right across the parish. So I have no doubt.
All right. Mar or Arn is saying George Wright cannot win back.
Huh.
Remember, her husband is a and to the people then done with Labour Right Party, Isaac will win a seat. Ronnie's Nicholson is saying the people of Portland are suffering, so I honestly think that both seat will go. Well, I hear like a story, I think you come out one time and say something, Rowan, and me personally never agree with you.
What
But
did I say?
you were saying Daryl Vance may have to watch his seat, and I was saying to you, no. I try to remember. I wonder if it's you and me that talk or the next gentleman. But
Could be.
somebody said it to me that him better watch him seat, and I was saying him have a covered man can know if he win it with the money. But somebody, it seems like something is happening. Because somebody was saying if a minister saying call back another meeting week before last.
Doreen looks like a warrior. I'm getting more and more information about Doreen. I'm getting to know her more.
Mm.
Um, so prior to this knowledge of her, I saw it as a walkover for Darren. I did
Me too.
say that,
Honestly, I did
yeah,
see it as a walkover too.
I
But you
did say
see,
that I'm giving one seat to each party, and Darrell Vaz was the seat I was giving to the Jamaica Labour Party, and I'm still giving it to Darrell Vaz. But guess what? It is one to watch. Even though I would, if I was to give it a column, I would give it to the JLP column. No, if you were to ask me, give it a column, I would give it to the JLP column. But the truth of the matter is, it is one to watch.
you want to watch. But there's another seat that I see. They're talking about James Roberts and seat that him up there now a fixed road and all of that. And the people that were saying, I know you have fixed road 20 odd years and then we have vote you out. So that's another seat to watch.
Incumbents are in trouble. The Jamaica Labour Party incumbents are in trouble, serious trouble. And all the PNP need to do is to pull out their voters because what is happening, JLP voters are staying home. Those voters to swing the pendulum in the JLP favor are staying home, and PNP voters are coming out. So there is no way the People's National Party cannot come out with 36 or more seats. There's no way
This
that
is some
this
labor right. I say, yeah, this is some labor right on TikTok today. Where I scroll past said that them are going to win with 53 seats. What you say about that?
53.
Labor right
That's
said them are going to win 53. PNP are going to lose 4 seats.
dream,
Then the
dream.
PNP are going to lose Bobby Pickersgill seat, which part Damien are going to run. And we are going to lose Lisa and a seat.
Quite a handful of Labourites are not going out to vote. And that was the case with People's National Party in 2016 and 2020 when they lost the election. So the table is turning and it is benefiting the People's National Party. The two-term incumbency syndrome will affect the Jamaica Labour Party big time. They have not done anything mind-blowing to cause the undecided in this country to say we are going with the JLP for a third term. It is the undecided who will decide this election. And based on what the Jamaica Labour Party is doing, they are not impressing the undecided. Their performance in the budget debate is not impressing the undecided. They just show their brains in court because they think that them have the brains to turn Portmore into a parish. They lose again. So these are the things that will help the undecided make a decision as to which party to vote for. We have a huge chunk of undecided. About 30% of the voters are undecided. And what is happening now? The People's National Party looks the better choice among the undecided than the Jamaica Labour Party. I have no doubt that the People's National Party is going to win 36 or more seats.
Me hear them I say, oh, you know, say earlier, right? Them I say them I get third term loading.
Mm.
So one thing we want to say to the People's National Party supporter, we're gonna sit down and vote. Sure, we're gonna win and go vote. We can't win unless we vote.
We have to work, we have to be vigilant.
So we have to be vigilant and all of that. I know say you don't feel too well tonight, so I'm not gonna make you set up late. But at least we go over the 2 hour mark and we're not struggle tonight. It
We do
could be
over 2 hours already. Am I live? I say 1 hour 31 minutes. I never know.
for you want say 1 hour add or me I say wrong. Which one?
Yeah, I say live 1 hour 31 minutes and 34 seconds.
Oh, you
No.
came on later than I do.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so you have a couple more minutes for makeup.
Yeah.
Prison term loading. Prison term alone. It's about third loading.
Prison
Labor and
term
them have find out. A lot of them are not voting for Andrew Holness again. Yeah. One man, Mr. Pan TikTok come out and say some of the people that say they not vote. Because Andrew let them down.
Yeah. A
So
lot of
even though,
persons are not going to vote, man. So
yeah.
the voter turnout might increase by about 2 to 3%. But but what it's going to mean is
Mm.
that some Laborites stayed home and some more PNP voted than who voted in 2020.
No man, more people are going to vote than 2020 was a different type of thing. A lot of people were scared of the pandemic. Never know what was happening. And then Europe, America, where people are drop. People were scared. So that was one of the things that really a lot of people never go out and vote.
Momentum will do it for the PNP. Incumbency will affect the JLP.
So in our closing, there are some Labour right MP that will not win back, even by the account of Dr. Horace Chang, who came out and said they're going to win 36 seats. 36 from 49 would leave what? 14?
13,
14.
13.
36 and 4. 9 and 4, 13. Yeah. Um, can we randomly see who we think will be those 30?
Um, Michelle Charles will lose her seat.
So Michelle Charles is one.
Anne Marie Vaz will lose her seat.
And Marie Valls two.
The two JLP MP down at St. Mary will lose their seats.
So that's 4.
Now I'm making a prediction for St. Anne. We know that we will stay. The one that we have with Lisa, I know we're not going to lose that. But I'm not making any prediction on the others. They are the two of them are
Well, if we say we're going to win back um, Westmoreland, we can take out them 3 then?
Westmoreland. Yeah, but I traveling in sequence. So I am
Okay.
at
All right.
I'm at
Yeah.
St. Anne. I'm at St. Anne. So there are 2 in St. Anne that I'm watching to give to the PNP before the election is called, and that is the Danishka Williams seat, and I think is it Gabriella?
Yeah.
Right, those two seats, I'm watching them for the PNP. Very soon, I think I'll be able to declare them for PNP, but for now, I just put them on watching. When I'm
Okay.
moving to Trelawney, I'm taking away Tova's or Clover, whatever she name is.
Strober
Give
Williams.
yeah, Tova. I'm giving it to
Hamilton.
Vicky.
Hamilton, I think she need Hamilton.
Hamilton, right. Then from Trelawney, now I move into St. James, taking back Derek Kellier's seat that we lost in
Yeah.
2020. I'm not claiming any other, but I'm still watching the others. I'm not claiming any other
But tell you
position.
already, so I claim Andre seat.
Yeah,
Mala will
man.
go and lose. But you say you're not claiming it yet. But me
Yes, I'm
claim
not
it
claiming
for
it.
Bill.
Is not Andre get Derek Kellier's seat?
No, Andre going up against Mala Ford. It is Nikisha
Oh,
Burchell and run for Kelly seat.
Ian Clark. Okay, okay. All right. That seat, Burchell going with it. We'll go back to the we'll go back to the
So you're not declare Andre at them.
no, not yet. Not yet. And it's
Well,
not
me
safe for the
never
judge.
go ahead of you. And you know, some me there ahead of you a couple of weeks well with that. We put him for
Sure,
the week.
sure,
Mala
sure.
Ford going
I
lose.
think I think I might be able to declare them just before the election. But for now, I have it on hold and I'm watching it for the PNP. So move out of St. James. Now I'm going into Westmoreland. We clean up Westmoreland. So we had lost all, so we take back all three from Westmoreland. In Hanover, we never had any. In Hanover, we're taking those two in Hanover.
So we got 13 it. Let me say we got 4 and 3 7 and 2 9 and 1 10. We need 3 more, man.
It's three more. You sure? Come again. So
All right.
Portland, we get one of Portland,
Yeah.
two from St. Mary.
Mm.
All
1 for
right.
St.
I didn't
Thomas.
take. I didn't take. Oh, I didn't go to St. Thomas yet. Yes, yes. One from St. Thomas. Sure,
So
that's
that's
four.
4.
Then into St. Anne. I'm not taking any in St. Anne, any new in St. Anne, but I go to Trelawney and I take one.
So that's 5.
Yes.
I say
I
I
go
take
to
1 out of St. James.
yes,
That's
I go to
6.
St. James. I take one.
I
I
take
go
3
to
from
Westmoreland. I take
Westmoreland.
three.
9.
I go
I
to
take
Hanover.
2
I
for
take two. So
Hanover.
that's
That's
11.
11. We need 2 more.
I'm going into St. Elizabeth. No.
Yeah.
And there is a Miranda Wellington that I am counting as a safe PNP.
So what about Julika Jess?
Just is the best. So
Yeah.
those are the two that I'm taking out of St. Elizabeth.
So that's the 13 where you're going with. Well, a lot more people are going to lose because I
No,
know sure.
wait, no, me not finish it until now. We're leaving out of St. Elizabeth and we'll go straight into Manchester.
Oh, yeah. So just
Okay.
forget, so you don't come Manchester yet, guy.
So, so I have two in Manchester that I never had, and I'm going to be taking them. Rhoda Crawford gone home, and the new man, Mr. Ives,
Mhm.
he took over from Robert Chin. I'm going to lick those two, so that's two more. For
So that's
Clarendon, moving to Clarendon, I'm taking two new ones into Clarendon from Clarendon.
we take back Azan seat, that for sure. I
Definitely.
where you say about Waverl Hines? Are
Wave
you
lines. Me not dash a wave lines. A wave lines me a carry him at the outer ass. We a go
so
pay me dividend.
that's 17 seats, you know.
Yes, then I'm moving into Portmore now, in St. Catherine, but it's Portmore going to get some
The
money.
still think something. Me believe we're gonna take more than but that out of Clarendon though, you know.
Fine. And that's possible. And that would
Yeah.
be great.
Mm-hmm.
We just a travel upon one safe bus, don't it?
Which brew is saying Shaw seat going to the PMP? That's for Valentine.
Okay. Okay. So it's nice when we don't count them, and still have an advantage.
Yes.
So that is how I like to do my calculation. I don't strain myself. I
Killer,
like to
killer,
give you
killer
a
gaming.
comfortable
Look,
figure.
look at the comment. Look at the comments. Then
Hmm.
killer gaming is saying the PMP winning all seat in Manchester.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I have no safe seat for the JLP in Manchester. No safe seat. So this person could very well be on spot with what they have said.
Somebody said we must leave the topic and keep them guessing. But we have to talk, man. Them not talk to. No, man, we're not calling Luton cousin. That's a safe PNP seat. We're not
Yeah,
talking
man,
about the
we
PNP
have that.
safe
We
seat.
have that. We're not talking the
We,
ones we
we,
have.
we are talking about what we lost and we're going to regain them. That's what we're actually looking at. Not
So
Luton cousin. Because no
In,
Labour right can win down the south.
in Portmore, we will regain the two that we lost from Big
So,
Rob,
so are you saying you're taking away Terry Long seat?
Terry Long, and Big Rob. With
So
what
that
they
means
do
we
with
got,
Portmore, with what they do
so we
with
got
Portmore, and
90
what the
seats.
judge said, what the judge ruled,
Huh?
with what happened in the court on Tuesday, and
Yeah.
the judge, there's no way them can win any seat at Portmore. Never, ever.
Yeah, they're not going to win the seat at Portmore.
Mm.
They're not going to win.
They were moving to Kingston, Auntie. We not touch Kingston yet. We taking Central Kingston, what we never did have.
So that's 20 we got. Well, we are take we back, right?
And may I give back the silver girl or silver she gonna run second Gillette Cuthbert in.
Well, me no know. Me and two agree on that one day.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Well, no, may have a little difference now
And me
because
no agree on Gillette
yeah.
Wallace either.
But listen, my point. I see
Mm-hmm.
Juliet always losing her seat to Patrick Peter Kidd more
Easier.
than
Easier
Cuthbert.
than
Why? I'm looking at the numbers.
mm-hmm.
Cuthbert, although me want her to lose, me not say she not gonna lose, but me not really declare her yet.
Her winning number was huge.
Yes, more than Bigfoot.
Me just confident say she will get beaten, but you don't reach that confident level with her. But you reach a confident level that Gillette Wallace is going to
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
I don't reach that
You
confident
know
level.
why?
Yes,
Because you
yes,
see, remember when she got bulldoze down the people, then garden and them some the people up there that
yes,
like her, man.
yes. I want to see the back of her.
And then again, people again that like her behavior in the parliament and then something. So them little something there. So the two
Yes.
direct in a problem, because them behavior is just rotten. All out rotten.
I wouldn't be surprised if they both lose. And as I said, at least 1 month before the
Uh,
election, whenever the election is called,
mm-hmm.
whichever seat that I have been declaring, I'm watching, one to watch, I am going to be declaring them for a party. But there are some seats I just can't declare yet. But all seats will be declared 1 month before the election by me.
Sonia Barracks. Read her comment from a page.
Sonia,
Barracks.
let's see her comments. Oh,
She
Sonia
said,
Bar.
mm,
Lord in JC Place. Okay, Lord in JC Place here in St. Elizabeth. Father God, help it down here, the people green.
they must say people. She say people that agree down in a JC Hutchinson
Mhm.
space.
Who is he running against? But is he running back?
No, it's Patricia, one PMP lady name, it's school principal name,
Okay.
Patricia, what's your name again? She run against one another school teacher where them put up against her.
There's something about JC Hutchinson Place where we not see PNP. We can't have it as PNP safe seat. And
Are you gonna see it a flip
one to
neither?
watch. It's one to watch, but I see going to the JLP. Because you see, in my ones to watch, you have a portion that me see going to the JLP now, but I just can't declare it as yet. And there is also a certain amount that I'm watching them, but I see them going to the PNP, but I just can't declare them as yet. But by the time election is called, 1 month before the election, those 9 to 11 seats will be declared for a particular party. I promise to do that. And I will not be like Andrew Holness not to fulfill my promises. I will fulfill my promise.
But
Name.
from your little overview, we already get 20 an extra seat, which would actually put us in a winning position. And we don't
Yeah.
talk so because we know some other one where them are gonna lose.
When Horace Champion come and said they will win 35 seats from down from 49, it is telling me that the JLP is in trouble.
Yeah, when I hear him make that utterance, I know that in trouble. Because
Yeah.
for him only come and make it, can never ever convince him. Him not even have any little glee in his comment. He was just there, you
It is
know.
confirming that he is seeing a dwindling in support for his party. That's
Yes,
certainly what he has confirmed in that
yes, yes.
assessment.
That's
And
what
this
he said.
dwindling is continuing and will continue. So by the time election is called, we are going to be seeing the gap getting wider.
Yes. There is going to be a big surprise in the next election. Yes, I know it's coming. 1 month you say, all right. One is a ghetto and the other is a ghetto. Well, me not understand where you're saying Chelsea.
Yes.
One is a ghetto. You're not easy, Chelsea. You're not easy at all. The other one is a
There's
ghetto
going to be a
fabulous. All
big
right.
surprise in the
Yes,
next
Scarlett
election.
Forrester. Yes. So the lady that is running up in JC Hutchinson's seat is Patricia Scarlett Forrester.
Whoa, what is a ghetto mattress?
Ronnie's because it's a boy them people they green for true. And you can see how them all the donkey woman want him. Every day they on TikTok a big. But yet them a talk about prosperity.
Yes, I didn't name Norman Scott. It's one to watch, but I am
But
watching it to the PNP.
say blue that poll they give me
Give it
winnings
to the
though.
PNP. Hmm.
Say blue that gave Norman Scott winnings though.
Yes, and I'm happy to know that. I'm watching it, but I'm watching it for the PNP. So I'm just encouraged now, because more than half of the ones I'm watching, a lot of predictions are going for them to be in the PNP column. So that is good. That is good. It looks good. It looks good. It looks good. But it's
Oh,
not over.
somebody Jesse's asking what we think about Patricia Duncan.
I have her to win comfortably, and I'm still watching it though, because we are talking about the prime minister's wife. We are talking
No,
about
no,
the
no, no,
first.
no, no. A flavor I'll see that.
Oh, Flavor. Oh man, yeah man. Sorry. Flavor win comfortably. Flavor can't win that one. Sorry. Duncan
Flavor.
Sutherland. Duncan Sutherland. I had already declared that for Duncan Sutherland.
Yeah, I think you did declare it for Duncan
Mm.
Sutherland. And I was optimistic still. Because I
Yes,
know it's the
yes.
finance minister and I know they're going to pump a lot of money in there.
Yeah, but that, Sutherland have a lot of money too. Kiro, she looks simple. She have a lot of money.
Well, they have well, you put dead less money, brother.
Okay.
Them have asset of money.
And
JMFP.
she's a
They can
nice,
go borrow
friendly person.
loan.
She's a nice, friendly person. Somebody
But
nice
can't
to
tell
get.
us that and that and I left them empty handed.
Mm-mm.
Everald Blake is saying JLP will be taking 37 seats. How do you respond to him?
I I support and I don't share that.
That's a labor, right? I said that to them.
Yeah, no problem.
It,
You're entitled to your prediction, sir. But
yeah.
that falls outside of my prediction. My
But
prediction,
not even that. Not even the Gen Sec of the Jamaica Labour Party never said 37. He said 36.
yeah, or 35, I think he said.
35. Some of them say, yeah.
I
Johnny said,
I predict
oh,
36 or more.
somebody saying, oh, we're not call Central Kingston.
Yeah, man, I call Central Kingston. I call Central Kingston.
Oh, all right. Time comes so late, but here, you throw away. This is upon my life and the other day, man, you find new avenue, now time come.
I'm gonna see Delana tonight either.
Him come on, you say, the come on and greet and gone. The
Okay.
Lord start talking to himself away now because realize that a slip from him now and there's not much he can come here, come say. So
All he needs is to join the group.
he look like him find
One
one different
PNP,
rules and gone.
one PNP Delana, join the group. We welcome you.
After you mean Andrew will be taking 37 bank account. Next set of poll, end of April. Okay, the end of April are the next set of poll. We see what that poll is saying. Farmer Arnett Garden football team. Me hear the story, me hear them on TikTok a chat about her, but me not call out the word still.
Would you like go
PNP will
football?
win 45 seat. What about Paul Buchanan? Somebody saying, what about Paul Buchanan?
Paul Buchanan is running against Andrew Holness.
Yes. You want to watch it?
No, I'm not watching it.
So
It's
you get
Andrew.
Andrew. You get Andrew.
Yeah.
All right.
It's wishful thinking to say Paul Buchanan is going to win it. That's a wishful thinking, and it sounds good. The thought sounds good.
What if he win?
This will be a surprise and a shock. But surprise do happen.
Well, on it. Last.
Huh?
Um, the local government election, you has it's three division, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
PNP won one, and he
As
has
usual.
two.
As usual, the PNP will always win the Waterhouse division, and then he will win the Olympic Garden and some other the Tower Hill or some other division. So
So
that's the change.
we're not calling it for Paul Buchanan. Him have a hill for cross, a hill for climb.
Paul Buchanan will have to get some of the votes from over Olympic Gardens to beat Andrew
But if the
Holmes.
Olympic gonna start to have some PNP over there too.
Yes, they do. They do.
But the Labour right more.
Yes, certainly.
And for some reason, me believe Olympic Ghana did in a Mark Golden constituency.
No, it's the problem. Would I Anthony Hilton constituency more than Marx?
I don't know why me I mix up something. Somebody, we talk about Westmoreland already. We will take in that. JMAB Bank stand tall. Of course, time come. Their mom and had more money than their dad in Duncan clans. Oh, time come is saying mother have more money than the father.
You're low. What happened to your audio, Auntie?
My
Even
audio
mine
still
audio is good.
you hear me back now?
Still at a low tone.
I don't know what happened to me now. Everybody on the live, tell me if you're not hearing me loud and clear. I will tell you, so anytime we pass the 2 hour limit, it always. Damien going to win. Yes. The land are going to hide him, Yamed. Andrea Burt, we need the
Oh,
second
time
term.
for me to not Waterhouse. It's Mulline's Garden Division.
It's what?
Mulline's Garden Division.
Oh, yes, it's Mullines. Oh, wait, as a far down, Andrew constituency come to Mullines?
Chelsea said we should be talking about who will be the next JLP leader because Andrew Holness is finished. I agree with you, Chelsea.
Tracy, and they saying tough and good.
Am I echoing them?
Hmm? So what about Carl Samuda seat? Them said them not keep Carl Samuda up them message. So if they keep Carl Samuda, we're not going to win the seat. The truth is, under the party, them people that vote for Carl Samuda, them vote for. 'Cause if Carl Samuda left right now and come from PNP win, and so him them vote for. So I now go put. I see the little young brother
Ilana,
there. A
Ilana
campaign.
is here.
Me not say we win in that seat. Anything is possible though, but I don't see it. So why do you think Andrew giving away things for July? Oh, so that means that
Because
July
election
tough
waiting.
Tony, come out and say about June, July at it. So make we see what going on.
Election certainly won't be before the end of June, based on things that
Mark
been
will
going.
be saying Andrew will win. Andrew afraid to call election
Yeah.
because
Andrew Gershon second, my auntie.
Hmm?
our order is being challenged as usual.
Yeah, ear one. I hear you
Yes,
quite well.
echoing.
I don't know about mine. I'm asking on the live, but nobody not answer if them hear me good. Will Marky G
Whenever
fix
it
the
touches
seat?
2 hours, my eyes start to echo. I don't know.
Which bro? I think I just try to ask a question. Marky G will win his seat. Cynthia said, Paul Buchanan are gonna beat Andrew boy. Boy, I know brave on me
Wishful
on the live and
thinking,
I me know.
wishful thinking, but that would be great news.
They have no idea how much the people want them out there in denial. True, true. Mullines Garden Division. Yeah. So I think no man. I think it's the Mulline Garden Division the PMP win.
Yes, Patrick Roberts won that.
Yeah.
Patrick Roberts is a counter for that.
So Everall Blake. I never see what you typed before, but you're saying for the past three general election, you predict Ted and I was never wrong. This time around, I am 100% sure. But I never
Sure
know
of that.
I don't know who you say is going to win. So type it back again. Let me see who you say going to win. You said Delana, sister Cynthia, I'm here. So him did a listen man, I'm listening. He said I'm listening. Delana come out of the young hole. Sound is bad. Somebody is saying the sound is bad, meaning that when it reach this way, there's nothing we can do about it. We notice that happen all the time. So if the sound is getting bad, it means we're gonna have to cut off
Yeah.
the live because there's nothing we
Let them
can do.
give us, let them give us time.
No, this coming ridiculous. I noticed that as I catch 2 hours, me things start give problem. Oh, somebody is saying so why we never come back when we cut off. Like if because it's like trouble if we restart back in live and come on back. I company they want to know. Somebody is saying I am okay. Is you not okay? Antigen question. Please what if the party win? Which party? Alright, maybe you ask me the question otherwise. Alright, let me say this to you. Any game can play. Two man go in a race, one will win. You understand? But in this case, it's an election. And we can see that people get tired of Andrew Holness. They say Rohan is echoing, but me is alright. Let me tell you who can do this. They say they might hear me clearly. So I don't know what wrong with if I hear end man, it look like you want to go to your bed run, so it make
We have a, no, we have a few, over 2 hours in the station.
Oh, it
So I'm
looks
not
like
gonna work with it.
yeah.
Um, after the, if you continue, I will sleep, but I'm just going to be relaxing and
May I give them
watch
a
it. Like
little
I'm
bribe?
preparing.
Oh, somebody's saying, what if the party win but Andrew loses, the leader losing seat? What will happen? We never have that case yet. Eh? What will really happen if the party win but the party leader not winning seat? How that will go?
They will have to find a new leader because the prime minister has to be elected. The prime minister has to be an elected member of parliament.
No, but I am saying though, the person will go up for be the prime minister die. How them are going to just take somebody for put them where the people then name vote for being a prime minister?
The delegates, the delegates will vote a new leader.
So the new
Then the
leader will be
country will
so
decide
the new
if
leader will
new
be the
leader
prime
will be the
minister.
prime minister.
Oh.
But if his party win and
Oh,
he
somebody is
lost
saying
his seat,
that no. Somebody is saying the deputy leader would take charge.
okay. So Horace Strong will
Horace
be.
Strong will be.
Horace Chang would automatically become the prime minister.
All right,
All
Auntie,
right,
I'm going
Auntie,
to
I'm going
call
to
it a
call it
night.
a night.
I don't
Yes,
I
like
don't
to
yes.
hear
like
this
to hear
still
this
for
still
you.
going.
Yeah, thank you again for your time and patience, knowing that you're not all 100 and you still take the time out. I do
Yeah, my
love
Yeah,
and
my
pleasure.
pleasure.
appreciate.
Always a
Always
pleasure
a
to
pleasure
be
to
here.
be here.
Yeah, man, have yourself a wonderful night. I think you should get some like a ginger tea or something. I see you're drinking the soup in your house, so the soup
May
sweet.
I, may I eat
May
this
I
and
eat this and
drink
can
some
drink
water?
some
Yeah,
water?
I'm sorry, you don't have some peppermint, man. Me not talk the one where you drink the essential oil and you just rub your finger and inhale your man.
and
It
smell it.
really
Smell it.
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, man, it give you a good relief.
Peppermint, you said.
Peppermint, you
I'll
said.
try
I'll
and
try.
see if
Yeah,
I
but
can get in the.
me not know if you ever get the essential oil peppermint though. I know you get the little one where they sell in a Mark drugstore and stuff, but it's not that one matter.
But I
It's
have a
I
very
have a
small
very
immunity
small
thing, so I know
I
by
know by
tomorrow
tomorrow
or the
or the
latest
latest
Monday, it
Monday
will be
it will
clear.
be filled.
yeah, I find that clear up. Maybe you just need to get some antibiotic.
Somewhat?
Somewhat.
Go a doctor and get antibiotic.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah, kind
mental.
of mental.
I'm
Yeah.
going to know
To
that.
know that.
Oh, you're not going to doctor. All right. It was good having you tonight. A good avenue tonight. So
Yeah.
have yourself a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk
You
again.
too
You
and
too and
everybody.
everybody.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Love
man.
you
Love you
all
all.
Yeah.
and do have
And
a
do have
great
a great
weekend.
weekend.
He said the budget make you unwell. Delana said the prime minister great budget make you unwell.
Sick me?
Sick me?
Boy. Go on, you better not pay Delana no mind. Delana said the budget sick you. The
It's
budget
all
not
right,
sick.
yeah.
Sorry.
The budget there not sick anybody
I'm gonna
free.
lean
I'm
on
gonna
all
lean
this
on all this
the program again.
program
Them
again.
time
Them
you're
time
going to
you're
send.
going to send.
Yeah. All right then.
God bless
God
you
bless
all.
you all.
Yeah, man. Cool. Thanks. Yeah.
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 Patrick, Neil, the code is real. What is it you're saying? Patrick Neil, what is it you're saying? What code is real? What code is real? The number are sending a code. I don't understand what you're saying anyhow. The number are sending a code. Don't have a clue. I don't understand some of what I'm saying. Anyway, guys. Anyway, my viewers, my friend, my subscriber, first time if you're here, you're welcome. Once again, I want to say thanks to all of you that keep coming back to this channel, Life with Jennifer JM. As I said, I think tonight was a very informative program. Be watchful. Listen me, in our community, we have to know the people them who live in our community. Don't make nobody come vote on a PD and them that live in our community. All them something. They say, so everybody have a part for play now. You say, Alton say you want Warmington for lose. If I want to lose. But the man know if you buy out them the people down the man. There are certain people where they know they can't buy out. Yeah. So I take care of yourself and I want you to all know that I do love and appreciate you. Keep coming back and alright? Until we meet again, have a lovely weekend. Love yourself and sweet sleep well until we meet again, guys. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Love you. Bye. Good night, Patrick. Good night, Chelsea. Good night. Cynthia Mars, wishful thinking. We don't know what you talk about. I just good night, me I say, good night, good night, good night, good night. Love much, love much. Bye, Jill was up late, man. Oh, I go on my bed now because I have another day tomorrow. All right. Love you all, guys. Bye.